What's up, my Legion of Knights? It's me, Sotosta here from Gamers here, and we're back on Gaming Lore. Today we're talking about Fortnite, and it's going to be amazing. So the Season 2 live event is coming out on June 4th, this Saturday, and everyone is super hyped. There's theories and ideas on what's going on, as we have leaks, soundtracks, and some art on what might happen. Today we're going to be going full depth on what might happen during this season, and my personal theories on what will happen next season. Let's check it out. If you don't know much about Season 2, here's a recap. Thousands of years ago, a governmental organization called the Imagine Order discovered a secret energy known as the Zero Point. The Zero Point is a source of all energy across reality and holds all dimensions stable. The Order abused the Zero Point and experimented on it. They conquered other worlds and manipulated time and space, enslaving people and forcing them to fight in an endless time loop. But we have the Seven, a resistance group trying to protect the Zero Point and free the island. The Seven consists of the Origin, an ex-member of Reality Zero, and a former King of the Cubes. The Sisters, Imagine and Order, both of which are siblings. The Paradigm, aka Singularity, and the Pilot of the Mecha Team Leader. She's also an ex-member of the Seven. The Visitor, the first member whom we've come into contact with, and the Scientist, the engineer of the group. There's also the Foundation, who is the leader of the Seven. In their war, the Seven also recruited John Jones, an ex-agent of the IO, along with all of his clones. For years, the factions have been at war in a never-ending conflict. Season 2 of Chapter 3 opened up with us taking down multiple IO groups. The map is surrounded by two lines, red for the IO and blue for the Seven. The Seven have been slowly encompassing the IO's territory, and now they are surrounded. Dr. Sloan is trying to find a way to win, so she's built the Collider, a large doomsday device, and now it's leading up to an epic last stand. Now, what does the IO intend to do with their Collider? If you complete all your season quests, you can unlock the hologram and find this. The IO has plans on nuking the entire island and starting over from scratch, but the Seven also have their own plans. If you follow Fortnite on Twitter, you'll find concept art for the live event. We see John Jones in a base deep in space. In the background, you can see the Mecha Team Leader, and in later posts, you see it rebuilt. What does this mean? Well, we know the Paradigm quit the Seven and took the name Singularity, but she's coming back, and later concept art showed her hanging out with the group, getting ready to pilot the mech. So what does this mean? I think Singularity is coming back, and we might even get her as a skin soon. Who knows? We also have a few clips from the season, such as the mech rising up in a Pacific Rim type style and the Power Ranger knockups ready to drive the mech. My personal belief is that what's going to happen is that the IO is going to nuke the city, nuke the island, not city, and the Seven are going to use the Mecha Team Leader to try and stop the explosion. I think we might even be able to pilot the Mech 2. I also heard somewhere that we're going to be probably transported to the moon, which is also called Ice Moon, and maybe even live in it. We also see how the live event will start. Oh god, no. Why didn't I just continue writing? I'm kind of in a rush right now because it's Monday, I have no school, and I have school tomorrow and won't be able to make another video until Friday. I should have waited. Maybe not. Basically, we might get another interactive Season 2. I have heard that we're going to be facing off against troops of soldiers and tanks, kind of like how in the Season 8 live event we fought the cube monsters and aliens. We might end up fighting tanks and soldiers, and this time we might not end up losing our guns in the first 5 minutes. That would be nice. There's also a possibility that we might get a rematch between the Polar Peak Monster and the Mecha Team Leader. If you don't remember, in Chapter 1, Season 10, the Mecha Team Leader, the first time we saw it at least, fought the Polar Peak Monster, a giant abomination that emerged from deep in the Polar Peak. The Polar Peak Monster tried to take the Zero Point, but then the Mecha Team Leader managed to save it and kill the Polar Peak Monster. And now its bones are resting somewhere on the current island. The IO is also secretly investigating its bones. There are theories about it trying to create a clone of the Polar Peak monster, or even trying to just bring it back to life. Who knows? We did get like a nice concept animation of what might happen between like that T5G made, and it's actually really nice. I would love for those guys to be hired to make the live event. That would have been cool. But anyway, back to the thing. But we also know that the IO is planning on nuking the island, so it's really hard to say what they're going to do with the monster. We do know that there is something somewhere in the island, as like if you check in the safe, you can hear like loud roaring noises and stuff. So there's definitely something the IO has in store for them. My personal theory is that maybe the monster is the failsafe, or maybe the monster is the full plan, and the collider is the failsafe, in case things go wrong. We do know that this event is going to be a one-time only thing, so it's going to be a very special one from what it seems. Maybe it might be the last event. Hopefully not. Like, a lot of people have mentioned that if the 7 wins, the game will shut down. I hope that doesn't happen. Obviously, the game's not going to shut down, but most likely the game's going to stop updating and we're not going to get any more seasons or anything, which would be pretty sad. But I hope that's not going to be the case, as I do love the new Fortnite seasons, and I hope the game keeps evolving. We do know that the reason why Epic always changes chapters, at least the reason they changed Chapter 2, was because they had a lot in store for Chapter 2, and it was very insane. So I think the reason why they changed the chapter this time is because either to keep up with continuity, or because they have a lot of huge plans in store for this chapter that Chapter 2 couldn't handle. From what it seems, this live event is probably going to be the biggest and most intense live event in all of Fortnite history. And I hope I'm going to be able to see it, because it's coming out on Saturday, and I should be able to get there by then. If I am able to do that, be sure to check out my Twitch for the live event, and hopefully I'll be able to get the Doctor Strange skin before that. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, all that sort of stuff, and I'll see you next time, as I have to go and get that Doctor Strange skin as soon as possible. Bye bye.